Welcome to an episode of Believe in Falcons. I'm your host, Ovie, Mughelli, my co-host, Michael Turner, and we got one of the biggest, baddest Falcons offensive linemen out there. And as a baby offensive lineman, fullback, but I'm a baby O-line, I respect those who do it the right way. My man, Matthew Bergeron, does it the right way. Matthew, welcome to the show, presented by FanDuel. Thank you for hopping on. We saw you at OTAs early today. Me and Mike had a chance to watch you and the whole team. And y'all boys didn't have the pads on, but you're still working. Y'all were moving around.
Man, it was good work. A lot of speed. I mean, you guys, you're not full speed, but it's damn near. You know what I'm saying? You're damn near up there. So it's just a little taste of what fall camp's going to look like. Obviously, it's going to be highly competitive. I mean, the defense they can get after it. I mean, Coach Olbrick is doing a great job for their mentality and stuff. So it's going to be a fun training camp. And there's just a taste of it, but it's good to be out there, kind of dust the rust off a little bit from the off season.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, O-line. I got to run it back. I got to appreciate the O-line, and you kind of got it into it right there, Lord. With this only being like a fourth or sixth practice. Like, how does it feel being back?
I want to say our sixth practice.
Yeah, okay. How's it like? How does it really feel like? Not only knocking the rust off, just knocking the past off, because this is a new regime, new era.
For sure.
So, like, how do you feel about this coming up? This new era starting up right now.
No doubt. I mean, it's great. Obviously, it's a lot of different adjustments as far as like scheme wise, and just what we ran last year, what we're gonna run this year is totally different. So just getting used to that playbook, kind of like the details, and just owning on that. And I feel like OTA is like the perfect time to do so, because like camp might seem forever. Like when you first get into camp, you're like, damn, like it's like 3 weeks, man. It's long, but once you get rolling, it flies by. So just being able to kind of get your feet wet and just kind of get to learn the playbook, so you're ready for the season. I feel like it's huge.
Okay, let follow with that. As far as without giving away everything, you got to keep some cards to yourself. But
for sure.
As far as the scheme wise, what's the big difference? Is it going to be more downhill, or more gap and trap, or y'all was heavy zone before? So like, what are y'all doing different now?
I mean, I feel like we're still going to stick to our bread and butter. Obviously, with practice, what we've seen, obviously we're going to stick to our bread and butter, which is zone. But I feel like we're going to do a better job to mix it up. I think we're going to mix it up so there's so teams can not just expect one scheme, right? And they'll see different stuff, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to give Bijan an opportunity to get more yards and hopefully be at the top of the leading rushers this year.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. It was so much fun just being out there. I'll be honest with you. I was you long time ago when I was young and had less gray. Me and Mike were you. And we had the Jesse Tuggles, and we had the Dirty Bird Jamal Anderson. We had the older guys coming out and watching us, and we respected them because we were standing on their shoulders. Like Matt Ryan, me, Mike. We had the ability to be who we were because of who the Falcons were before us. So it was a nice full circle moment. But coming out there and seeing all the older guys like us, watching y'all play and watch y'all perform and want y'all to win, like, how is that kind of seeing like the whole Falcons family? Because it's not every day we come to practice, but we came out in force today.
No
doubt. I believe it was a new thing they mentioned, Mike. They had every year of the Falcons franchise represented. So they had a player from every year.
Every team.
Every team represented, which was dope. I was like, that made me feel like, part of the,
the
flock, the brotherhood, man. But you guys are the current ones carrying the torch, man. So how was the day like when they brought everybody together?
I mean, to be honest, to me, like I told you earlier, I just think it's great. Like, we wouldn't be on this podcast talking if it weren't, with that event, that Big Brothers Big Sisters event that we went to, and then we connected. Right. You get what I'm saying? So just having that relationship and just being able to tap in with you guys, like you guys have a lot of knowledge, and just building that relationship. Because at the end of the day, one day I'm gonna be in those shoes. Like I'm gonna be the ones coming to practice. I'm gonna be the one coming to practice and talking to the younger guys and having some of the younger guys on the podcast. One day, you know what I'm saying? one day, Bijan and I will have a podcast. But but for real though, I just think it's great. And once you're done after football, it's always good to have that network of people to just kind of just reach out. It's like, hey, what do I do next? You know what I'm saying? And you guys have been through that, so it's just good to have that connection. And most of them still live in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So it's just having that those connections in Georgia, I think is great.
Yeah, that's great. And one surprise I seen out there today is Michael Penix. He's actually really being active. You know, like in the past, when you have ACL injury, us old guys, we didn't count those guys to be back practicing till August. You know, like
No doubt.
you're getting close to the season. But I see he's out there moving, and I guess it's a case of modern medicine. But how you feel about having him back and him out there like being productive?
I mean, it's just great to see the process he went through and how serious he took that process, right? Like, it's not easy to come back from an ACL injury as fast as he did, but I feel like it just shows how dedicated he is to his craft and also to the team. And just having him out there, you know, leading us, him being in a new role where it's like he got complete control of the offense, and now he's he's an older guy. He has the experience under his belt, and just kind of see him grow, see him develop is great. And you know, obviously have a great relationship with Mike, so it's just good to see him out there and just get back out there and moving, because I know it can be hard, especially when you get injured the way he did. You know, it's not easy on the mental, and just being out there with the guys, just, you know, good days, bad days. At the end of the day, we're all out there having fun and just, you know, living our dreams. So it's good to be out there with Mike.
Yeah, and speaking of quarterbacks, you got one of the greatest, I think, a future Hall of Famer quarterback that is in the building.
Yeah.
Our quarterback, Matt Ryan. You know, me and Mike were there when Matt Ryan was a rookie. Like, we saw your president, when he was a baby, squeaky voice, Boston College rookie. You know, Blue 42, Blue 42, stand hot. Ovie, get in line. And it was so cool because he tried, Lord, he tried to be the role of the leader, the presenter. I mean, the guy who was in charge. And we were all like, you got to prove it to us. But he did that from day one, play one. But the thing that was great about Matt Ryan is that we saw it before the season. We saw it in OTA. We saw it in training camp. We saw it right now. So having a guy like that be in your building and be someone who's not only the president, but obviously he's going to give, I think, a sense of urgency to the team and let them know, like, this is the standard. Here's what excellence looks like, and here's what I need everyone to raise their game up to. Tell me what it's been like having our quarterback, your president, Matt Ryan, in the building.
It's been great, and I think the biggest impact I think Matt Ryan will have on the Falcons is just the culture. He knows what it takes to win, and he has, just talking to him, he got that dog in him. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he, like you said, he has that standard of what it's like to have a winning team, and I feel like he's gonna hold people accountable, and he's not gonna be scared to do so, just like he did when he was a player, you know, with you guys. So I feel like that's what you need to have a culture change and to get back to winning ways, right? And I think he's the you know, perfect person to that, to kind of stir us in the right direction. Like, hey, you know, whether some of the captains have, you know, questions or like kind of don't know how to handle the situation, where Matt can be that voice to kind of guide them. So I think it's great to have Matt, and I think it's going to have a direct impact on our culture, and hopefully it can last, you know, many years.
Right, that's great, yo. Speaking of Matt, like we got some funny memories of Matt throughout our years. Has Matt done anything non-presidential that you can tell us right now?
Several things
without the suit. I got you.
Matt without the suit. Have you been around him? Have you got to enjoy that guy yet?
I mean, from the only interactions I've had was kind of like serious interactions, as far like we had some football conversations, but I'm sure that, like, he's the type of guy, he'll joke around. His kids were at practice today, and they were involved. So it was just good to see kind of that family atmosphere that's building, you know, in our facility right now with the older guys coming back, and with Matt and his family coming back. I just think it's great.
That's awesome. Matthew, let's talk about Matthew. Let's talk about you and your journey to the NFL, because I have a hell of a story. You know, Nigerian immigrants not knowing what football was, thinking it was soccer, and me having to beg them to play. You know, Wake Forest was the university that got me, but nobody wanted me but Wake. Literally only one team wanted me. I ended up with being All-ACC, All-American.
Did you play football in high school?
No, so like I played in middle school, but like I started like 7th grade ish. But like my parents did not want me to play, only let me go to Wake Forest because they thought it
was a good school.
Pay for my school to get go to medical school. So my story was crazy. Mike went to NIU, one of the worst schools ever. We ended up almost beating them. Wake Forest played NIU. Funny story, Matthew. Some know this, most don't. Those who watch the podcast know. So my team played Mike's team. I never knew I was going to be teammates with Mike, but I hated that little running back over NIU that was beating our defense up at Wake Forest. He had 3 touchdowns. I had 4 touchdowns. Now, he beat us by 1 point, 42-41. It was a slugfest. But I was cussing that Mike Turner guy out, saying, ooh, I hate him. Not knowing 5 years later, he'd be my tailback. So the world is funny. But tell us the Matthew Bergeron story, because you're from Canada, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like just like you, I played football growing up in high school and stuff, but just coming into the U.S. wasn't a thing that like people did where I was from. Like people, getting scholarships and playing, high level football in the United States wasn't something that people just did on a daily basis. But I got the opportunity to go to Syracuse. I wasn't getting recruited at all. I didn't have no recruitment or whatsoever, and I remember our school just brought us down on some tourist stuff. You get what I'm saying? We're like, hey, just let's do a camp in Syracuse. You guys get to learn some American football. We'll see upstate New York and stuff like that. So I kind of just took it as a learning experience. I was like, I'll learn from some college coaches, and hopefully I can apply that to my career and my path. I thought I was going to go college in Canada and then play in the CFL. I thought that was it. And then I went to that camp and I did pretty well. And after the camp, people were like, who are you? Like, what's your name? Where are you from? And I told them my story, and they were like, wow. So 2 days later, when we left, they called me and they were like, hey, Matthew, like, we want to give you an offer. And I was like, to me, I didn't know what an offer was. Like, I didn't know what that included. So like I remember my mom asking, like, are they going to pay for your food? Like, are they going to pay for your housing and stuff? And I was like, yeah, they told me so. So
they called
Coach back. And I was like, hey, Coach, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I called Coach back and I was like, hey, listen, I'm committed or whatever. So you're like, yeah, I'll see you in a year. Bet. And then I enrolled a year later at Syracuse. And then ended up paving my way into the starting spot as a true freshman, and then played 4 years there, and then got drafted by Atlanta. So it's pretty dope story.
Right. Or was the cultural shock coming from Canada to the U.S., especially New York area?
It was for sure, because to me, I'm like being a French Canadian. I just thought that my first language is French. So like I learned English in school. So like when I first got to Syracuse on campus, my communication skills weren't great. You get what I'm saying? So like I had a hard time talking with people, interacting with people. So as the years went on, I got better. Obviously now, I'm talking, and it's like you can't even tell that my first language is French. But so yeah, I mean, it was definitely different, but I got used to it, and I love being in America. Obviously it changed my life, and I'll be forever grateful. So
what do you most miss about Canada? The poutine?
Ooh. I'm gonna say what I miss most about Canada is definitely you ever heard of poutine?
That's what I said, the poutine. Yeah.
Poutine. It sounds like a word that you should be saying on this podcast.
So
we're bleeping out poutine.
I mess with Canada. I had a couple poutine dishes, what I'm saying?
Bro, that's my favorite food all time. You get what I'm saying? So it's just
what is poutine for me and the rest of the world who doesn't know what poutine is? It like cheese? Is it pudding? It sounds delicious.
So it's fries. So poutine is fries with cheese curds and gravy. But it's the mix. When I tell you the mix, it's like it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But when you really like taste it, and when you really like eat it, it's fire. And you need the right cheese, you need the right gravy. Like you can't just throw in some regular gravy. You get what I'm saying? It has to be there's a secret to it.
There's an art to poutine.
There's an art to poutine. Like you got to do it right. You get what I'm saying? So like your first poutine, make sure you go to Quebec, make sure you go to Montreal, go to a restaurant, order poutine, and I promise you it'll be good.
Okay. Right.
You got to trust. You never had poutine before?
I've never had poutine. Again, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble asking for somebody poutine. Hey, guys, you got poutine? No,
dude. I've been in Atlanta for 4 years. I haven't seen any poutine in Atlanta.
No, you won't see that in Atlanta.
Yeah. but you got to go up north a little bit.
Yeah.
Just go on a trip to Montreal in the summer and then make sure you get some poutine.
I'm gonna do it. All right. Well, you came from Quebec. You went to Syracuse. Talk about your NFL. I mean, obviously you came to the Falcons, and that college to the NFL jump is always an interesting one. Like I remember some of the guys I was excited to play against. Like I blocked Michael Strahan, and I watched Michael Strahan in middle school, high school. Like, that's freaking Michael Strahan. I had to block and play against Ray Lewis in Baltimore. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
I know that's the shot
because he was on every highlight video just jacking up fullbacks, and now I'm the fullback he's going to jack up. So like, what was not a welcome to the NFL moment, but getting to the NFL, like what were some of the moments that stood out to you, either players you played against or stadiums you played in, or moments that you were involved in? You're like, oh my God, I'm actually here. I used to watch Monday Night Football, and now I'm here. I'm it. Like I'm playing.
No, I mean it was definitely crazy to me, and I think for me, I mean my welcome to the NFL moment was like I was a tackle my whole life. I played tackle in college. I played tackle in high school. So like when I got drafted by Atlanta, they moved me to guard, and that was like it was kind of it was hard for me just having to do that because I never did it. So it was a learning curve for sure. And I just took it as a new challenge in my journey. You get what I'm saying? Can't always be perfect. And, I kind of took pride in, learning from Chris. Obviously, he's one of the best guards in the league. And just
All-Pro.
Just doing what he does on a daily basis and just making sure that I'm not afraid to ask him questions about, his techniques and stuff. But I feel like my rookie year, it had its ups and downs, but I feel like every year I just kind of I got better, and I'm getting more and more comfortable with the position. So that was an adjustment for me, but I feel like I took it head on, and I had the right mindset about it. Obviously, some people could, when you put in that situation, there's two ways it can go. You can either feel bad about yourself and kind of be negative about it, or you can be positive, like, hey, I'm living my dream. If that's what I need to do to stay on the team and be a Falcon, then just do that.
Oh, nice. So we getting to know you, Matthew, and man, and you coming one of the best O linemen in the league. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a great job adjusting. I didn't know that you never played guard before, and then but you're doing a hell of a job. But tell us something about Matthew that we probably don't know. You said about the French, maybe the French thing, but anything else about Matt?
French thing. I mean, obviously, I'm a fluent French speaker. What's the funny thing? I'm very big into cars. Like this, like I'm very big into motorsports and cars in general. So I feel like that's something that people might not know. Also, video games.
I love video games. What's your favorite video game? So Matthew, I love movies. I love video games. Mike is a square. I mentioned The Last of Us. He's like, what's that? I'm talking about like watching like the Fallout series or watching Game of Thrones. Mike's like, I don't watch movies. Like I need somebody to help talk about the greatness of movies.
Mike, what do you do? You read books?
Oh, lost you, Mike. I'm into video games. I play Last of Us the series. Okay. I haven't watched the series. You know what I'm saying? But I do. That was a great video game. One of my favorite video games of all time. Last of Us. It's a great story. Very story based. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I play video games. I play video games. I play them a lot. I play them all the time. As far as movies, like you like more sci-fi? What's your genre?
So I'm about horror. My favorite movie all time. World War
That's why we can't talk.
Anything apocalyptic, anything zombie, anything vampire, here's a movie, and y'all will my wife almost kicked me out the house. Hereditary is one of the scariest movies you'll ever watch your entire life. There's one point that the lady is in the corner in the dark and she's chasing her son up the stairs. Like me and my 17-year-old, my big girl Olivia, we love scary movies. Like I get in trouble because it's like it gets crazy. It gets crazy. I love scary movies.
No, I feel like we're on the same page, man. I love movies. Obviously, that was a great movie. Last of Us as well is one of my favorite video games of all time. I just think the story and just the details in the game was just great. So those two are definitely my favorites. And favorite movie, I'm gonna go. I'm into horror, but I feel like I'm into sci-fi a lot. So I feel like Interstellar. Interstellar.
That's yeah.
I feel like it has good soundtrack. Obviously, the visuals are incredible. The story was amazing. You know, it's emotional. It hits home, man. You know what I'm saying?
You get choked up talking about it.
I'm thinking about it, man. It's
so,
like the father and the daughter.
Okay. So I feel like it just had every kind of great part to be a great movie. So yeah.
Man, that's love. Okay, another thing I could ask. You into hockey? You mentioned you got to catch the Bruins tonight, or not the Bruins, but
Canadians.
You catching them tonight?
Of course, you're catching Canadians. Of course, it is Canadians.
I'm actually rooting for them because I want a Canada team to actually win the Stanley Cup. It's been a long time since Canadian team. Yeah, and the Canadians was the last team to actually win it, and that's. I don't know if you was born yet.
I wasn't born yet, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna see it before I pass away, man. That's the city would like explode. You know how like kind of like how New York is with the Knicks? Yeah, that's how Montreal is with the Canadians. Like we just go crazy. Unfortunately, we're down 3-1 right now, but anything is possible. LeBron did it. We can all, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can do it. So I'm obviously I'm rooting for them, and I feel like the Canadians are a big part of our culture as a population, because like we didn't, aside from the Expos back in the day, like the Canadians has been like the team that like the only professional teams in Quebec. So it's just good to have that and just have that experience. And like I said, hopefully they can lift the cup before before it's time for me to go.
Yeah. So my question was, who's tougher, football players or hockey players?
Ooh. Answer correct, Matthew. Answer correct.
Listen, I'm gonna have to go football. Unfortunately,
there we go.
The game, like I said, I just think the game of football is you have to play at that level to understand it. It's hard to put into words. But on the other hand, I do have a lot of respect for hockey players. Just the way they go about their season, like they don't sit out games. They play all 82. Like and they can fight, go and legally fight. Yeah.
I'm too tired to fight. I don't want to fight nobody during the
game. You know what I'm saying? But there's a thing about football, man. It's just like you got to be a grown man to play football at that level. You know what I'm saying? Because it is physical, it's mental, and I think there's not that many sports who can challenge you in those ways.
I like it. Me and Mike were talking while we were sitting out there. We were standing. I was like, I don't know how we did this, Mike. I was like, I'm 45. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how we did this when we were younger, because my back hurts just standing for this long. My back's tight. My knees hurting. These guys are running around, albeit no pads. They're still being physical. So I'm obviously biased. We are biased, but I think football is not only the greatest sport in the world, but one of the most physical sports out there. And speaking of physical, we'll end this. I love how Bijan Robinson, even with all of his cuts and his agility and his uniqueness, how he's still willing to go between the tackles and play physical football. Talk about blocking for a generational talent like Bijan Robinson. I had my generational talent, Michael Turner, to block for. Right. And I'm not comparing Mike and Bijan, but Bijan is one of a kind. And I just would love the opportunity to block for a Bijan Robinson, because as much as I tell Mike that I made him, I would be nothing if I didn't have a Michael Turner or even a Jamal Lewis that ran behind me and did the darn thing. Having Bijan go out there and do what he does every time he has those games, those years, that's you. That's part of you, the offensive line. So tell me about blocking for Bijan Robinson if it ever gets a little bit too crazy, because you blocking the guy this way and Bijan moving all over the place. You don't know which way to block the guy, which way to move him. I've been there with Mike. I was like, Mike, pick a lane and go. I can't hold him both ways. So how's the blocking for Bijan Robinson?
I mean, it's just great. You know, obviously Bijan is not only he's a great running back, but he's just a good dude, man. Like he's unselfish, he's humble, like he's just the best person to block for, just outside of his talent. He's just a great person. But like you said, man, just Bijan will make you right. And especially for us as O-linemen, sometimes you know how it goes. Like you can't win every block. You get what I'm saying? And when you lose a block, and having a person in the backfield that can make you right even when you're wrong it's night and day. So I have a lot of respect for him, and just seeing the way he's taking that step and being a leader in the team. And obviously he's the face of he's the face of the franchise. So it's great to have him, to have Bijan in the backfield also. It's great bragging rights, like I'm gonna be 40, 50. I'm telling everybody, man, Bijan, I used to buy for Bijan, man. Like I'm gonna pull up highlights and circle my blocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, so it's great. It's a great opportunity, and like I said, the person that he is off the field just makes it even better. You know what I mean?
Man, that's great, man. Man, you took me back. You said a phrase that I haven't heard since I played football is "make it right," because that was one of the critiques when we watching film, going over like what we done that week. And some plays, everything is not perfect, but it's like we don't last hope to make the play right. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that took me back when you said that, man. And that was that last hope, man. But that's something I want to hear. Like, that's a guy that's special, that can make plays right, even though it look like it's busted play. Right. But he does. He makes unbelievable moves, man. No doubt. He's like trying to tackle him in the phone booth, man. You can't do it.
It's crazy. I mean, you talking about that. I'm just thinking about the play we had against LA, like towards the end of the season last year, and it was like you said, it was a busted play. Like there's a free hitter in the backfield, and he turns around and makes two of them miss. And next thing you know, it's an explosive run. So it's just impressive to have him back there. Like I said, hopefully we can do a better job, and hopefully keep getting better. And if we could get into the playoffs, and hopefully get him to that stage where the whole world can see what he's about.
Okay. One more thing before you get out of here. I think we got a sleeper signing, and that's Bijan Robinson Jr. in the backfield.
B-Rob,
B-Rob. Yeah, that's one guy he had a promising start in his career. Then he, some things happened. He's got kind of lost in the shuffle, but he's here in Atlanta now. And I think that's a sign that nobody's really talking about. That's because I think he's still got a lot left in the tank, and he's going to bring something special to this team.
For sure. I mean, I think you talking about having that dog in you. I think B-Rob has definitely that dog in him. Whether I already seen it, like whether it's running the ball, but in pass pro, or just chipping defensive ends, like he's ready to get his hands dirty. And I just think him and Bijan are going to be a great 1-2 punch, and they're going to complete each other. And hopefully, like I said, they can just feed off each other, because they're both really, really talented running backs. So I think it's going to be great. And shout out B-Rob, very, very excited to have him on the team. And he's a good dude. He's a great teammate. So it's just good. It looks promising.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love it. My last question, because we're going to get you out of here, Matthew. My last question is, it was me and Mike talked about it today. It was our first time meeting Coach Stefanski, Coach Kevin Stefanski, two-time Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski. And we have heard about this man for months, and we've watched video and interviews and everything else. But meeting him, shaking his hand, watching him round you guys up, talk to us, the former alumni. He thanked us, talked about, they're standing on our shoulders and all that. It felt good. I'm just like, I think this guy is who they say he is. I think he actually is the guy that can bring this team to new heights. I think he can make the most out of our talent and, squeeze that potential out of us to make us a playoff team. I was like, I'm kind of excited about this. Yeah. But that's just my initial interaction with him. You've interacted with him for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Tell us about Kevin Stefanski and why you're excited about him leading this team to new heights.
I mean, I just think Coach is great, and especially in the fact that, he can, like you said, Coach can relate to players one-on-one, but also he's not afraid to hold people accountable, and I think that's the most important part. And I think that's what we need, to improve our culture. But yeah, Coach has been great from the start. As soon as he got here, and I think he breathes confidence. I'm saying, you talk to him, he's just a confident man, and I feel like he's confident in our abilities to reach, that next step, which be the playoff. It's time to take that next step and get to the playoffs. So I think he's the right fit for us, and we have a great relationship. So I'm very excited, man, to hit the ground running. Week one. I'm already thinking about it, man. It's gonna be good, and hopefully, like I said, we can turn things around. But if as soon as he got in, as soon as he met with everybody, I can already tell everybody bought in. You get what I'm saying? There's nobody, there's no second guessing. You know, we all bought in what he had to bring to the table, and I think it's going to pay off at the end of the day.
All right, Mike,
I'm excited, man. Seeing y'all together, seeing y'all out there working, I'm excited for the season, man.
For sure, man. Appreciate you guys.
Not a problem. So, hey, Matthew, man, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you so much. We're super excited. We're in your corner. We're in the Falcons corner. As fellow Falcons alumni, we believe in our Falcons, like the show says. So, y'all subscribe, comment. Let us know if you have any other questions about poutine for Matthew Bergeron. We'll be happy to answer all questions. We can't do it in French, but we'll do our best in English. So, thank y'all. Good night.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Oh, he could have said something in French for us.
Nah.
Okay. Bonne nuit tout le monde. Bonne soirée.
Yeah. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I said good night, everybody. Have a good evening.
Yo, thank you. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. And